Hey you guys, this is KJ and I'm coming to you from smartermydevice.com, and this is our first look at the Droid Incredible 2. Now before I actually show you what the device looks like turned on, I'm going to show you some of the great features on the outside. The first thing you're going to see at the very top on the right hand side, you're actually going to see a 1.3 meg camera, so you can still do your Skype video or any FaceTime that you want to do. At the very top, you have a 3.5 headphone jack, which is going to be your standard. So your Skull Candies or your Beats by Dre that I personally own will work just as fine with this when you're streaming media. You have your power button on the side, standard size. One thing I do like that HTC does on this device, as well as not only the power button, but all their buttons are actually flushed into the case. So it's smooth going across it, nothing sticks out. Now moving right over to the back. They brought back their great 8 meg camera on the back, but the one thing they added that I really do like, they actually put a dual flash on this one instead of just having a single flash like on the Incredible 1. So this should even out your lighting issues. Turn to this side, we do have the volume rocker that comes standard with most smartphones now. And at the very bottom, we do have the micro mini USB port on the side so that you can plug into your computer, and it's a great way of charging your device. But the good thing I like about the most is that this is actually going to be a standard feature for all smartphones. So if you had a different smartphone with a case charger, you have to buy it all over again. Same feature there. At the very bottom, you're going to have this little niche right here. And what that's going to allow you to do is actually pull the case apart to get to your battery and get to your memory card. Speaking of memory cards, on this one, you do have 8 gigs built in internal. You do have a 16 gig card, unlike the Incredible 1 that only came with a 2 gig card, 8 gig internal. Now, coming right back to the front itself, let's actually push the button and cut it on. All right, as you see, it looks almost just like the Incredible 1 turned on. But one of the biggest differences you're going to notice, is that you actually have virtual keys down here at the bottom. And they look almost probably the same as the Incredible 1's virtual keys, but they're going to have some slight differences that I'm going to show you in a minute. Power it right back on. Now, it's actually got a 4-inch screen instead of having the smaller screen the Incredible had. We're going to slide it down to unlock it. Now, you got the same amount of home screens that you had before. Scroll them through. I actually loaded some of my personal information in there already. One of the newer features they did add to the Incredible 2 is going to be this friend stream. If you have any type of social media, you can see it all right here in this same widget. Now we're going to go right back to, same thing for your favorites. You can put them all through, so if you want to get to someone quicker, just press the button. Going back to our regular home. We're going to hit our application button on the side. Applications are going to be the exact same pretty much. They don't really add anything extra, but the one thing I do like is this new menu at the bottom. If you click this first button, that's where all your applications are. If you click the next one where the star is, those are applications that you frequently use. So if you use the application a lot, it's easy to go back to it just by hitting the star button. This next one, which I think all devices need, is you actually have a download button. So anytime you download something, it's going to go to this menu. So you don't have to worry about trying to find the thing you recently just downloaded. And then last but not least, Verizon added its own little button where it only shows you the Verizon apps that came with the phone itself, which is pretty awesome. So you can support Verizon itself, and you can support Kindle and some of the other features of the phone itself. You even have your 3G mobile hotspot that you previously didn't have in the Incredible. You can actually do about 5 different devices, which is pretty awesome. Now, how I was talking about the virtual keyboard on this one, the virtual keys at the very bottom that I did like, it does a better job at supporting landscape. Now, it's not showing me there in landscape because just like the other Incredible, some of the other Droid devices, you typically only go into landscape mode if you need to type. So let's go somewhere we need to type. We'll go here to messages. I don't have any messages there, so we're going to hit compose like I'm sending a new one. Now, if I turn it sideways, the one thing I want you to notice is that my home button actually moved. The arrow itself moved sideways, so it adjusted itself, as well as some of the other arrows adjusted themselves to look better. You can't really see this, but the arrows themselves, the buttons down here, actually have a little reflective sheen to it. They do have light behind them, but it makes it a little easier to see at night. I like that a little better. Keyboard's pretty much the same. It's still responsive the same way. You still have your auto check or your auto word making thing at the very top. So we're going to hit back. Don't necessarily need to see that. Hit back home. One of the things that HTC does really well is organization. And I'll show you when I hit my people list. These are some of my contacts in there. They're all through there. Let's go right here to this guy. It's going to show all of his personal information through here. But one of the cool things it does at the very bottom, if I click the button right beside my Rolodex button is my message button. It's going to show me all the messages that we've done together. Click the next button, all the emails, if the email is set up through here. My refresh button is actually going to show if he has Facebook or any Twitter or anything like that. It's going to show the updates right there. Gallery, it's attached to his name right there. And last but not least, the phone history button. So anytime he's giving me a phone call or anything like that, it's going to be there. Now, the important part of this is what HTC does is make sure that you don't have to remember conversations with people. You can remember every time you talk to them or anything else. Okay, you guys, that's basically it. So we're going to hit back to the home button, cut our phone back up, and that's our review. All right, don't forget to check out smarterthanmydevice.com and tell your friends about us. Thank you.